Ba-da-da-ba.
So I wonder, where are we zooming today with beautiful scenic shots you put in?
We're going back to the entrance. I just got some, took the zoom down, took the drone.
Drone?
We got a new drone for the station.
Oh, jeez.
Just slide that down a little bit more, my friend. Yeah, that's it. Leave it there, and it will turn itself off. Yeah, we got a drone, an official Australian Radio Indie drone.
I'm a big stickler for rules. Have you got a drone license?
You don't need a drone license.
Oh.
Or do you?
Well, I'm being told I always drone on and I should go and get a license.
Well, yes, I can see why, for sure.
Okay. Anyway, good day, good afternoon, good evening, maybe good morning or good whatever it is, wherever you're listening to us across the big musical world on the World Wide Web. Greetings and welcome to the Australian Radio Indie music scene broadcast and podcast.
Yes, spit it out, son. Spit it out.
We're Dingo and Jonesy. This is episode 12 plus 1.
Which makes 13.
Oh, don't say that. Or maybe 14 minus 1.
Don't you like the number?
I don't like that number, Jonesy.
It was. It's actually Black Friday shopping week while we're recording this.
Oh. So, no,
going shopping, buying any discounts, any bargains for the old kennel back at home?
I got some new soap.
Well.
Soap was on special. Oh, no, I bought some new shoes.
And
by the way,
we've repositioned the cameras this week just to try something different.
Yes, yes. And no, as for that number, I have tridecaphobia or triskaidekaphobia, the fear of that number that you just said.
What, you have got that?
Oh yeah, it's a phobia so bad it's got 2 words for it. You know that number I'm talking about, Jones.
Yes, I know the number.
What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid of nothing, son.
Oh, not even sharks.
Well, I'll tell you this. When I go to the beach, which I do quite recently, and I'm getting out there again, I'm never the last person out. The furthest person out. I make sure, no, I'm not going past those people. I'll stay here. Because if the old Noah comes in for a swim, I'll be the dessert if I can't get out quick enough. But the main meal will be won't be me.
Anyway, if you've missed an episode of the previous 12, I was listening to an interview about that.
We're going off track already.
Anyway, no, we won't go about
Jaws.
About Jaws and making the music. And the first time it was played, he goes, "You're kidding, aren't you? What sort of music's that? Go back and do it again." Anyway, if you've missed an episode, feel free to go back and watch older episodes. Just search Australian Radio Indie on YouTube as we broadcast this show for the first time on Sunday night, right after the Australian Radio Indie Top 10. It's 7 p.m. on the Central Coast of New South Wales, Australia. It's 1 p.m. in Ashgabat, Turkmenistan. Still got a few more stands to go.
I just love that TV network.
Yeah. It's 11 a.m. in Doha, Qatar. Okay, 8 a.m. in Ouagadougou. That's a real place.
Ouagadougou?
Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso. That used to be called Upper Volta. And it's 3 a.m. in Lima.
Ouagadougou in Upper Volta, or used to be Upper Volta. Who the hell makes these names up?
It's in Africa. Don't upset them. And it's 3 a.m. in Lima, Peru.
I haven't got many fans in Africa.
I know. Here's a useless piece of information.
Yep.
I haven't been to any of those countries. I've given time calls for today, but a few are on my bucket list. Ever since I was young and I could pronounce Ouagadougou, I wanted to go there. It's a real place.
I'm going to have to Google this and check it out.
Okay.
On the screen right now, you'll see a couple of pictures of
Ouagadougou.
I'm going to have to Google it and put it in the podcast.
Okay. The radio show is also broadcast on Australian Radio India at different times. The YouTube episode will premiere online from midday on Friday, but after that you can watch or stream it anytime. Good evening to Andy, listening up on the northern rivers of New South Wales. Good afternoon to Mishra, listening in India.
Mishra.
Good morning to Mike from Scotland, and g'day, how you going? And a very good early morning to Diamond Dave in the USA and Brad in Canada.
Brad BS Banter. He's a fitness guru on YouTube. And a lovely guy. We were on the phone the other day, actually. Like, I was just standing right there, and I'm talking to this guy in Canada, and it was a multi-conference call with different people all around the world, and it just blows your mind that you can be standing just here on your old Al Capone phone and talking via an app to about 6 different countries. And Brad, he's discovered the joys of Australian music. He's loving the channel.
Yeah, I saw the comments. So thanks for your Brad and Dave. Thanks for your kind comments and
Diamond
your
Dave.
subscriptions.
He's a good guitarist too, Diamond Dave.
Is he?
He plays. He's one of these. He's another YouTube player, and he. I'm one of these guys who, when I go on YouTube, I like to find these strange and unusual musicians that do stuff. And
People say the same about us. Probably.
You'd be surprised. People find us and say, love the banter, love the format, love the music, and then they'll come back with other comments like certain people have found different people and come back with like Lapis Sky, for instance. Now Lapis Sky have sold CDs to these guys in America where they've picked them up from us.
That's the idea. Get Australian music, Australian indie music out there. Anyway, if you want to shout out or leave us a comment and your name and location in the YouTube comments on Australian Radio Indie social media, or go to australianradio.audio and click the Contact Us button, and we'll be sure to mention you.
We sure will. And don't forget, sound bites.
Soundbites.
We haven't got a new one since we got the influx the other week.
Oh,
go to your device, grab your phone. If you haven't got a digital recorder, go to the App Store and just get a recorder. There'll be a microphone. There'll be a place where you just press it and go, "Hey, Jonesy and Dingo, how are you? I'm John from Uagadugu.
Uagadugu.
That's it, Uagadugu. And could you please play me this local band?"
G'day, I'm Butchie, and I like listening to ARI.
Yeah.
Which is, anyway. The Voodoo Children from Uagadugu.
Thanks for your positive feedback from last week's show with Kirsty Lee Akers. And speaking of sound clips and the sound of summer, apologies if the cicadas are a little annoying. You got your close-up camera there, Jonesy?
I certainly have.
So while you're just getting that, Kirsty has a very extensive back catalogue of music and videos, so make sure you drop on by her YouTube channel and spend some time listening to her music and checking out her production or behind-the-scene videos.
Yep.
If you want to chuckle, check out the John Prine classic, In Spite of Ourselves, which he sings with Bob Evans, or maybe Knocked Up, her humorous take on pregnancy. Now,
been out in the garden again.
Been out in the garden, so beautiful little cicada. And as we talked about briefly last week,
that's a black diamond.
Yeah,
with a bit of lovely bit of orange there somewhere.
Yeah. So the loudest insect in the world are Australian cicadas. So we'll just put him over there. He's being very friendly.
Yeah. Just say, mate, I'll get you some grub in a minute.
Yep. And anyway, if you've got a suggestion or an observation, don't be shy to leave us a comment. So what's coming up? I'm sure we're going to ramble. I think we've done our fair share of rambling already.
I think if that little insect was in Uagadugu, whatever that place is called,
that
would be the grub.
So we'll ramble, we'll rant.
He was a grub in the
ground.
He comes from the ground, and they stay there for how long?
Well, they can be many years.
Listen, they've come back out singing.
Yeah. So,
wow.
It depends on the season and the brand of cicada. But the thing that's amazing, because I guess this block that we're in at the moment, the studio's in, those cicadas were probably in the ground prior to this block being built.
Wow. Yeah.
So some of them are 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20 years, depending on the life cycle of the critter, and that's why some years are louder than others.
Yeah, they get out and they say, hallelujah.
Anyway. So what have we got coming up?
I think I've got some footage. Let's have a look at that now of the grubs coming out of the ground. things. I'm doing a music video for someone else, and while I was googling stuff for them, I discovered the joys of these
Cicadas. Yep.
sounds
Sound of Australian summer. Mind you, we spent a lot of time last week trying to get rid of the sounds of summer. Anyway, we do have a long interview with this week's guest.
This week, who have you got designed to come into the microphone, headphones, and Al Capones?
Well, here's a hint.
Yes.
We've played a number of their songs in previous episodes, and as we record this program, it's their long-awaited album launch day.
So they're not quite rich yet.
Maybe, not quite.
No, not quite rich.
But before all that, Jonesy, how are your possums going, and what did you get up to this week?
Well, this week started last weekend. I went and seen at a local venue here a cover band, a tribute act, which I'm sort of not into going to see bands pretending to be other bands. But because I was just down the street here, I went down and my mate was playing drums. Good old Dave, how are you, mate? And yeah, that was a bit of fun. The place was, the COVID rules. You scan the document as you go in, and you got to sit where they tell you no dancing, all that sort of standard stuff. But
Are you a dancer?
I'm a dancer. You should see me move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, we'll have to get that on the video, on the Christmas blooper video.
Yeah.
Jonesy dancing.
I do a lot of shaking and wobbling, but there's they call it dancing.
Okay.
But no, and then done a few extra jobs this week.
And coming up to Christmas, the all important.
Oh yeah, but then there's Love Child have got their releasing a new single before Christmas, which is a surprise, but they want to get it out. So we're doing a music video for that, and that's been keeping me busy. And as well, I went and seen this great band,
My Sex,
last night with my autograph of Murray Burns, the keyboard player. They played last night. They were probably 12 months out from the day, and then they played last night at Lazotte's in Newcastle. You've been to Lazotte's?
I love Lazotte's.
Yeah, Brian.
Up close and personal to the entertainers.
Oh man, Brian Lazotte. If you're in the region and you need to get to Lazotte's, because he's just a lovely guy.
Great food, great music.
Yeah, we were having a chat. He actually wants to come on the show.
Does he?
Yeah, he wants to have a chat.
I've seen him play. I think it was the trombone with 8-Ball Aitken.
Yeah. He actually asked, "Have I got the cameras and the gear with me? Let's go out the back and we'll do a quick show." And I said, "Oh, I've got the camera, but I haven't got the microphones. Let's organise a time." And Brian said, "Yeah, great. Let's get it done." He wants to talk about Lazotte's.
And yeah, it's one of the musical institutions. It used to be on the coast, and it used to be in Sydney. But anyway, I guess when you're trying to run three venues,
there's a backstory to that as well. The one at Newcastle was a theatre.
Yeah,
was an original movie theatre, a drama theatre, and then music did take it on, and then they closed down.
Mm-hmm.
And my mate and your friend Andy Leask, Andy ALT, the Odd Collective Andy, he knew Brian, and rang him up and said, "Mate, you're looking for a bigger venue. There's this place in Newcastle you need to check out at Lambton."
Mm-hmm.
And bingo bongo, not too long after that, he purchased it, upgraded the kitchen. And, mate, it's one of the places where you have a great night. The crowd was fantastic last night, and he puts on a show for the audience as well. Like he gets it up.
We'll do our best. Leave
it with me. My good man.
Okay. As for me,
that's rambling for you.
Yeah,
we've gone.
As for me, I did a bit of pottering around, some yard work, listened to some new music, caught up with some friends, and I did my bit for the local community and did some mock interview with some high school kids.
A mock interview?
Yeah, people have got to go for jobs, and it can be stressful going for job interviews. Well, I put my hand up to help these kids out.
Is that with a school, with anybody that's related or connected to you
local
somehow?
School, but I was asked independently of that.
Oh, nice. Well, you're just that sort of guy, my friend.
I don't.
Like the old inspector coming out to check your...
I'm from the government. I'm here to help you. Anyway, my vegetable garden is going crazy.
I'm going to get you a T-shirt with that printed on the front.
Anyway, I picked some cucumbers, but the bugs and caterpillars want to share my produce. So I need to mix up some organic bug killer with lots of garlic and chili and move them along a bit. Anyway, enough chat. We've got a guest waiting for us soon. Before I introduce our very special guest, let's open the video vault to enjoy one of their songs.
Okay.
Hey You is released in early 2019 by our very good friends NeillyRich. It's a very upbeat song about taking chances in life. I won't give too much away before we play the music and video, so rather than us talk about the song, Jonesy, let's play the song and get Amelia from NeillyRich on the phone, then we can chat to her. Jonesy, make it so. Hey You.
Hey You.
Me. Okay.
You. Here it is.
In the wrong crowd. Hey girl, you turned me on a dime. There ain't nothing I'd change, be the same each and every time. Keeps racing by, we brave the weather, we're so better, still together all this time. Still on our side, 'cause we got the rest of our lives. Hey you, let's hit that open road, drop the old top down, crank up the stereo. Leave the city lights in that rearview mirror. Hey you, take a long leap of faith, do what we gotta do. I'm ready if you're willing.
Hey boy, there ain't no safe bet, but I'd rather roll the dice and live a life of regret.
Hey girl, I used to be the kind to never take a chance, just let them pass me by, but not this time. Keeps racing by, we brave the weather, we're so better, still together all this time. Still on our side, 'cause we got the rest of our lives. Hey you, let's hit that open road, drop the old top down, crank up the stereo. Leave the city lights in that rearview mirror. Hey you, take a long leap of faith, do what we gotta do. I'm ready if you're willing. Hey racing by, we brave the weather, we're so better, still together all this time. Still on our side, 'cause we got the rest of our lives. Hey you, let's hit that open road, drop the old top down, crank up the stereo. Leave the city lights in that rearview mirror. Hey you, take a long leap of faith, do what we gotta do. I'm ready if you're willing. If you're willing. Hey
The applause doesn't go long, my friend, but it was great applause for that lovely song.
Oh, that was Hey You by NeillyRich. Jonesy, wonders of modern technology. Let's get Amelia on the phone. Amelia, are you there?
Hello, how you guys going?
We're going good, we're going good. Welcome to Australian Radio Indie.
Yep. Hi, how are
Thank you
you?
very much.
Jonesy and I had just opened up the video vault, and we were watching and sharing with our audience. Hey You, that was your first single and video release in April last year from the newly released Love Bender album. It's an upbeat and catchy tune. Can you tell us about that song?
Yeah, so we wrote that song with Troy Kemp and Jeremy Barnes, and it's probably the hardest song that we have to play live because Jeremy loves to add a few little tricky chords in there, but it always keeps us on our toes. But it's mainly like a Bonnie and Clyde inspired video clip. So yeah, we had a lot of fun filming that day.
Well, that as my first question I actually had. I know Matt and yourself are both talented musicians and multi-instrumentalists. Did Jeremy try to push you musically in that song? So he always seems to do that, doesn't he, when he does a co-write?
He does, but it kind of adds a bit of flavour as well. So it's not, just a classic country song. It's country, but a bit of a modern flavour. Yeah, a bit of punch to it. So,
and you're not the first person we've had on the show to say Jeremy does some tricky guitar work, and it's a bit hard to perform it yourself when you're out there. But
so that is, it's all right with a backing band, but I'm sure
see what happens tonight.
But I'm sure Matt's very capable in handling those tricky guitar bits.
Yeah, yeah, he's very talented.
So that video with a muscle car, guns, money, robbery, police, a foot chase, and a great surprise ending. That video must have been a lot of fun to make.
It was a lot of fun. It was all day, of course, like they always are. But it was fun playing something different. We weren't just filming us playing the music. It was we got to dress up as detectives and try and chase down these two people. And I wish we had a bloopers reel because the things that were said, when you watch the video clip, the part where we're going down the pier, Matt blurted out something so funny, and so I had to hide my laughter. And at one point I couldn't, so I had to stop. They had to stop filming, and I had to
do it all again.
Hold it in. Yeah.
So there is no bloopers video for that one.
I'm sure he has the bloopers. I'll have to ask Jesse to put it together for us.
For those who are just listening to the podcast, make sure you check out the video Hey You by NeillyRich on YouTube. It is an absolute cracker because I look and you go, how do you hold... okay, perhaps we should explain to our international listeners. In Australia, guns are very, very hard to get. So to film a hold-up in a gun shop, that must have, like the locals must have been going, oh no, what's going on?
Well, it was very strange. We had none of that. Everyone just thought it was normal.
Well, that's the Hunter Valley for you.
No, it was, I think we did have a few onlookers, but, we were all laughing and having a great time. And the shop wasn't actually open at that point, so we were the only ones in there, luckily.
Okay. Anyway, we're talking to Amelia from NeillyRich about their new release, Love Bender, from the album of the same name, on the album's launch day. But along the way, with your permission, we're going to preview several other songs from that superb album.
That would be amazing.
Anyway, thanks for giving up some of your valuable time on this long-awaited launch day, Jonesy.
Yes.
April 2019. That seems so long ago when the world was a much different place back then. We could all travel. There was plenty of NeillyRich gigs across New South Wales. In addition, NeillyRich were supporting Australian country music stars on tours and performing on a regular basis at festivals across Australia. And Matt and Amelia were starting to put the finishing touch to their album. Amelia, as COVID restrictions lift across New South Wales and much of Australia, where are you at the moment?
We are on our way to Canberra for our first album launch show.
Wow.
Yep, nice. So on the road, on the Hume Highway, heading south.
Yes, we are. We're very excited. As you just said, we've been waiting a long time for this. It was supposed to come out this year in May, as soon as we got back from America, and unfortunately we weren't able to. But we've had, a great time over the last 3 years. We've first recorded it, just trying to get some of the songs out, and then, trying to be a bit creative with the whole COVID situation on how we can make it different. So, and we've had some good success in the last few hours since it dropped today.
Yeah, well, I was in the shops yesterday, and I can actually say I saw it in the shops yesterday. So, best wishes for the release tonight. Now, NeillyRich are one of us. Yep.
Yeah, stop cutting off the guest,
well,
Dingo. I can't stop him. Once he starts talking, he just doesn't stop.
You go, Amelia.
You're right. Oh, no, that's okay. I was just saying thank you.
So NeillyRich are one of Australia country music's most hard-working and upbeat duos, and are a household name in and around Australia and New Zealand country music festival scene. NeillyRich are an ARI charting and New Zealand Golden Fern and Frank Ifield Award winners, yet many of our overseas listeners may want to know a little bit of background on NeillyRich. So, Amelia, I might get you to tell us the fascinating story on the formation of NeillyRich and the origins of the name.
Yeah, so 8 years ago now, I met Matt at the Australian Academy of Country Music in Tamworth. He flew over as one of the sponsorship winners in New Zealand, and I attended as well, and we met. And then a few months later, I flew over to New Zealand, and I got my man. And then we became a duo. So it was nice to start off as a couple, and we decided to become a duo. And now 8 years on, we're married for 5 years, together for 8, and NeillyRich has been formed.
So where did NeillyRich come from?
Yes, so Matt's last name is McNeely, and my maiden name is Richard. So we put it out to Facebook, our fans on Facebook, and someone came up with NeillyRich.
And it's a great play on words, an absolutely great play on words as a band name.
And it's a great band name for a band.
Yeah.
Because you're all, it's just the play on words just works in multiple ways.
Yeah. So were Matt and yourself from musical families?
Matt is. Matt's mum is a singer-songwriter back in New Zealand, and myself, no, not at all. I'm the odd one out of the family.
So who were your musical inspiration then before you went to Tamworth?
So I'm from a little town called Kempsey, Slim Dusty's hometown. So he was a massive part of my life growing up in terms of music, and also just some of the greats, the Keith Urban, Terry Underwood, people like that. But
so after the success of your first 2 releases in 2014 and 2017, and with a number of awards and charting hits to your name, NeillyRich signs a record deal with Social Family Records in 2018, and on the strength of that, fly to Nashville and start the recording process with your new album with Grammy and award-winning sound engineer, mixer, producer Jamie Tate, who's recorded the cream of music and cream of country music and given many new artists a boost in their careers. How did you manage to score that opportunity?
Actually, Perrin from Market the Music, which is our manager, he's amazing. He was in touch with Jamie Tate through Hayley Jensen's album release as well. So she got to record with Jamie Tate as well. And, we said we want to record in Nashville. Perrin got in touch with Jamie Tate, and there we were. A few months later, recording our brand new album, Love Bender, with one and only Jamie Tate.
That must have been a fantastic.
From Record Room.
That must have been a fantastic experience.
It was amazing. The musicians were in there for one day, and they recorded the whole 7 tracks in one session, and then we had the rest of the week doing the vocals. Okay.
So Love Bender is your 3rd album release, and as someone who's had access to it, it seems like forever. I know that it's crammed with great music, some of which we'll chat about today. Your next single from the album was Firewood, and that was released in July 2019. Once again, Firewood is a high-energy, upbeat, honky-tonk track. That was another co-write with Troy Kemp. What's the backstory to that song?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, when we write with Troy, we basically, because we do write with him a lot, we just sit down and we're like, what kind of song do we want? We go in there with, some song titles, some ideas, and sometimes songs just come out of the blue. So this was kind of that one. It wasn't expected to be written that day, and it was, and I reckon it's a cracker.
It is an absolute cracker. So from that initial songwriting session and demo to the finished track, what changes did Jamie make along the way?
Yeah, it very much just musically with the musicians behind the track. So not with the lyrics, just with the melodies and that kind of thing. Jamie decided to tell me, especially for a few of the songs, where he's like, okay, let's overdub this, and let's put a harmony here and a harmony there, and then he says, oh, Matt, why don't this part for Amelia sings this, you sing that, and he just added his own bit of creativity. But then the musicians, they literally listened to our songs, our demos, just off our phones once, and they just went in there and played them and came up with all these creative parts.
That song has a great story video. Who came up with the video story concept for that?
So we spoke to Jesse and Perrin from Quick Productions about this song. So we didn't just want to, burn things or anything like that, even though that would be fun. But we wanted to do something different, and we thought, why not get all the kids involved? And, it's like starting from a young age and how, love can blossom into something new. So I did embarrass my niece a little bit, because with the whole love story between herself and one of our friends' boys, but they played an absolutely wonderful part, and we fed them pizza that day, so they did a great job.
That's what aunties are for.
Jonesy, let's share firewood with our audience, then come back and talk some more with Amelia from NeillyRich. Jonesy, be warned, the chorus for this song may become your next musical earworm.
Oh, no.
Jonesy is susceptible to earworms. Jonesy, firewood, make it so.
And here it is.
No girls allowed. Yeah, whatever. I'll take it. That looks better. You like some tea, Dolly? How about you, Susie? Good game, boys.
Oh, Grace, what'd you do at our clubhouse?
It's our clubhouse now. Finders keepers, losers weepers.
I'll race you for it.
If you're ready, it's time to take a chance on that crazy little thing they call romance.
While I know it don't come with guarantees, maybe it's time to light it up like a match on gasoline.
Pedal to the floor, never hit the brakes.
Let's show this big old world that we got what it takes.
And burn, burn, burn like firewood. Burn, burn, burn like firewood. We're like hot coals every time we touch. Feels like we're bursting into flames, and we just can't get enough.
Let them laugh at us and talk behind our backs. We'll watch their sticks and stones go falling through the cracks.
Slide yourself in closer next to me. Let's get to bogging up the windows,
Yeah.
and turning up the heat. And burn, burn, burn like firewood. Burn, burn, burn like firewood. Have a little faith, take a chance on love. Follow our hearts, whatever it takes. Pedal to the floor, never hit the brakes. Build us a fire, stoke it on up. Have a little faith, take a chance on love. Follow our hearts, whatever it takes. Pedal to the floor, never hit the brakes. Build us a fire, stoke it on up. Have a little faith, take a chance on love. Build us a fire, stoke it on up. Have a little faith, take a chance on love. Build us a fire, stoke it on up. Have a little faith, take a chance on love. Follow our hearts, whatever it takes. Pedal to the floor, never hit the brakes.
That's a great video, Jonesy. Did the chorus do its job?
Certainly did. I'm gonna,
Burn like firewood.
yeah, mate. That's
That'll be in your ear for the rest of the day.
and it's getting the hot weather now too. We really don't need to burn too much firewood.
But we can barbecue. Anyway, we're talking to Amelia from NeillyRich. Amelia, thanks for continuing to chat with us about your new album, Love Bender. Towards the end of 2019, Matt and yourself went on a musical gig adventure that many performers only dream about. Can you tell our audience about those few months on the other side of the world?
Oh, it was the most amazing time of our lives. We travelled around the East, South and West Caribbean, and we got to meet thousands of lovely people from all over the world. And they showered us in gifts and and tips and buying CDs and just their wonderful comments about our music. They wanted to hear more original stuff, which was really lovely. We had a lot of requests, but we met some wonderful people, not only the guests, but also the crew. So we got to, we look back on it now and it's like, we can't wait to do it again.
Certainly one of the benefits of exposure like that is, as you said, you now have a worldwide following from those passengers who you've entertained on a nightly basis, and you must have CDs stuck in CD players across the world.
Yeah, well, we actually sold out and had to get my mum to send some more over, which was absolutely wonderful. We didn't think we were going to sell so many, but it was absolutely lovely. And we did have a lot of Americans on board, of course, because we were out of America, but and they're just so amazing. They love their country music, and that was the best part. Everything they requested was country. Everything we played was country. We were the resident country duo on board, so we couldn't have asked for anything more. Nice.
What's your thoughts personally now with all the dramas in the world with the COVID and the cruising scene? What's your thoughts now on how confident are you of going back on a cruise ship and performing like that again?
We really want to do it again. It's something that is always looked forward to. It is, this whole COVID situation has got us thinking otherwise, maybe just to wait a little bit longer, when cruising does come back. But at the same time, you can be careful, you can be smart, you can protect other people from your germs. Like just be smart about it. At the same time, if we're smart about it, we can still go, have a great time, and share our music with the world. We just want to wait a little bit longer before we go back. But when we do, it'll be amazing.
I guess
that's well said. That's correct too, because once it's all said and done, and either there's a tablet or an injection, or there's the right procedure to follow, I think we can all get by on. We're all going out to clubs now. The clubs and the pubs are starting to open up again, and I can't see it being a major problem. It's just a funny thing when you talk to people that cruise a lot. They'll say, "I'll never cruise again," but geez, they'll be missing out. Especially the music cruises. Like the music cruises are just, you've got a captive audience that want to be there, and people just having a good time. And if you're an artist with your merch and they hit a spot like you were saying, and they just discovered a new act, they would go, "Oh man, these guys are cool," and then all of a sudden you've got yourself another fan base on the other side of the Pacific.
That's right, and it's amazing. They actually thought Matt was from Texas, which was pretty funny.
Oh, he has got that look about him, but especially
we're looking forward to it.
Did he have the big black hat on?
He didn't actually.
No, he didn't. No, okay, well, no. I thought that would be a dead giveaway, but no. But no, it's lovely that you can have an audience like that, and once you capture an audience, it's just great how especially country music, the fans will just want to discover more and stick by you thick and thin, and it's a great scene to be in, the old country music scene.
It is.
That's right.
Now, obviously, you were cruising at the time COVID struck, so your contract came to an end. There was another adventure of you guys getting home, wasn't there?
Yes. So we actually did get to finish our contract. Others didn't. They just started. But for us, we had only 1 week without guests, which was very different from the 4 months that we had beforehand. But we getting home was a little stressful. Our flight had been cancelled maybe 3 or 4 times. Didn't know if we were going to get home. It was, I had my family on the other side, trying to figure it out. And it's like, well, we just have to leave it to Carnival to get us home. So they'll get us home safely. But anyway, we had to spend 24 hours in Dubai airport, which was fun.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. Never had so much McDonald's in my life. But yeah, it was a great experience to do the whole 4 months. But it's just unfortunately the way it finished. You know, the only great thing that happened in that week of no guests was we were able to hang out with our mates on the ship that we met, the crew, and we got to know each other very well, and we've made some lifelong friends.
That's fantastic. That's great.
So after your arrival home, the next few months were trying times for many musicians. How did you keep in contact with your fans, both in Australia and your new fans from overseas?
Yes, so because we couldn't do any gigs, we decided to do some live streams. So we did a lot of Facebook Lives and put it out there to everyone. So we tried to target everyone that we met on the ship, as well as people here back in Australia and New Zealand. And it was great. We got some great feedback, and we put a tip jar on there, which was really nice. People, especially from the people that we met on the ship, they did tip us as well, which was absolutely amazing. But we got to share our music still by doing the live stream every Thursday.
And I remember watching some of those. Now, Stop Loving You was released as the third single in early 2020 and is a song you co-wrote with, Phil Barton in Nashville. That must have been another fantastic opportunity. Can you tell us a story about that and your songwriting in Nashville?
Yeah, so we met Phil Barton through Kirsty Acres, and he invited us to go and write with him in Nashville, which was amazing. We sat down and he said, "What kind of song do you want?" And we said, "You know what, we have an idea." We started writing one. We had an inspiration song by Chris Young, and it was actually written in the room next door to where we were, which was coincidence. But when we sat down and wrote this song, it was, I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have someone in my life right now that's going through this. Can we use that as an inspiration? And he said, yeah. So we played on that, and this is the result we got from it. And we did the video clip with Jesse and Parents from Quick Production as well.
Yeah, so because I listen, you go, look, many country breakup songs are one-sided, but this is like a mutual breakup song where Matt and you alternate lines in a very effective manner. It's a great song.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we wanted to not really write from one perspective, but from both, and sometimes, a lot of the time, actually, relationships are toxic, and some people are better as friends. So, you just have to that's just the way it is, the way life goes, and we try to generalise it so people can relate to it.
And as you said, Jesse and Perrin and Click Productions made a great video. We might get that video on. Jonesy, one more video for you.
Yes.
So let's Stop Loving You.
You should.
Okay, make it so.
All right, here it is.
I thought this would be easy, this moving on. I could get past you, baby, and it wouldn't take long.
I thought this would be over when we said it was done. I thought I could just let go, but I'm still holding on.
You're no good for me, I'm no good for you. But it don't feel right laying here tonight without you. Just wanna pick up my phone, tell you to come on, but baby, that's nothing new. I can't do, I can't do, I can't do the thing that makes me stop loving you. I can drown in the whiskey just to take off the edge.
Put away your old t-shirt I used to wear to bed.
I avoid all the places where we used to go. Yeah, they only take me down a missing you road. You're no good for me, I'm no good for you. But it don't feel right laying here tonight without you. I wanna pick up my phone, tell you to come on, but baby, that's nothing new. I can't do, I can't do, I can't do the thing that makes me stop loving you.
I know you're somewhere across town.
I wonder if you're thinking about me now.
You're no good for me,
You're no good for me,
I'm no good for you.
I'm no good for you. But it don't feel right laying here tonight without you. I wanna pick up my phone, tell you to come on, but baby, that's nothing new. I can't do, I can't do, I can't do the thing that makes me stop loving you. I wanna pick up my phone, tell you to come on, but baby, that's nothing new. I can't do, I can't do, I can't do the thing that makes me stop loving you.
I love the lyrics and the vocals in that song, Jonesy.
This is a band that's really grabbed my attention as well. From you look at them and you think they're a duo, but then when you actually hear the band recordings, you just go, "Wow, these guys are got something special."
Yep, they have. We're continuing to talk to Amelia from NeillyRich about their new album, Love Bender. Amelia, your fifth release from the album is called Love Bender, and that confused me when you've got a when you've got Love Bender from Love Bender.
He doesn't realise you got to say it's the title track.
Yeah, the title track.
He hasn't worked that out yet.
I do a little later on. Anyway, it's an once again, it's an interesting take on a love song with lots of alcohol references. I like the great sultry beat, and once again with Matt and you doing alternating lines, that song, once again, you must have some real fun writing these songs.
Oh, we do. We actually wrote this song a little while ago with Matt Scullion, and I just love how different and unique that this song is. And it's funny because I'm not a drinker, but I understand how, I just understand where people are coming from with, how, this is like this, and, whiskey is food and that kind of thing. And we wanted to put it together with love. So it's like, especially with my parts, it's just funny with me talking, with me singing about alcohol like that, which was really fun to do. Jamie Tate actually, talking about him before, he was saying, okay, Amelia, I want you to sing this part like you were really drunk, but like really high at the same time. And I was like, sure. But like in a really sexy way. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But being in the music industry as you are, you must have had a couple of subjects you could just pick from and say, oh, I know this dude, I'm going to pretend I'm this person.
It was really fun. But I think a lot of country music, it is about alcohol. So we wanted to do something a bit different and connect it with the love that we have for each other, and how love can be really strong. And this is what came out of it. So I'm really happy with this one.
I noticed we don't have a train or a truck song in there. Just kidding.
And the dog? I lost me dog. That's
anyway, I see you've got a few gigs coming up, and I know Matt and yourself are itching to get out and play live again and promote the new album. So as we come out of these COVID lockdowns, if I could wave a magical wand, where would you love to perform next?
Everywhere. No, we would love to obviously get up to where you guys are, because we haven't been able to. But we would love to also go to Queensland, around Australia actually. We've only ever been to Victoria and Queensland, but we haven't been the other places, Western Australia, South Australia. We haven't been there before, so we'd love to spread our music as wide as we can. And also we'd love to get back to America and back on a cruise ship, because that was where we felt the most amazing.
Yeah, running away from home and back to sea again.
Yeah, living on the
ocean. So what's next on the musical board for NeillyRich?
Yeah, so after the album comes out, we're just going to knuckle down and do some more gigs, try and fill up the calendar as much as we can. Now that the restrictions are lifting a little bit, try and travel, but mainly we're just trying to get some money behind us, and we might throw some singles out and that kind of thing. But this weekend was something that we've been planning for a long time, so we haven't really looked past this point in detail as much, because this is the most important time of our lives right now, releasing this album.
Yeah, and so that's good, because just looking, you've got you've certainly got a busy week. A few gigs down in Canberra, one up in Sydney next week.
Yes, I'm really excited. We've actually got a few sold out shows, which is awesome. Couldn't be prouder. And we've debuted on iTunes at number 2. So
wow,
absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
very, very nice.
Yeah, so we'd love to say thank you very much for having us on your show today. We love your support, and Bingo, we love your shirt as well.
Thank you. Well, you'll have to watch because I have got another shirt on. I have got a shirt with a story for the end of this show.
I won't let him in if he hasn't got a shirt on.
So that is a dumb question. How many songs didn't make the cut for this album, and how many have you got up your sleeve for the next album, or will you start with a fresh slate?
Oh, this is a difficult one. We had, I think we wrote about. Well, we had about 50 in the bag.
Yeah.
That's what we try and go with. This is something that not many people know, but we went to Nashville with the songs that we were ready to record.
Mm-hmm.
And Stop Loving You and My Town weren't actually in the running for it because we hadn't written them yet.
Man, that's my favourite
when we
song.
got to Nashville...
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So we got to Nashville and we had a couple of weeks beforehand going into the recording studio, and we decided we had those co-writes ready, like scheduled. So when we wrote those songs, we're like, oh my gosh, now we have to kick another two out. Which ones are we going to do? And those two made the cut, and we had to kick another two out of the set. So. We recorded those songs straight after we wrote them.
It's a nice problem to have when you've got songs in your bag that you can just bring out when time's right. But what a fantastic song, My Town. It's just
I know that's charting on your top. It's on Australian Radio Indies.
Yeah,
top 10,
yeah.
isn't it,
It's one of we get requests for that from all around America. Actually, when they're good friends in Illinois and in North Carolina. They're saying they just love that sound, and they were really looking forward to the album coming out.
Oh. Now this album. No, you go, Amelia.
Oh no, I was just going to say, thank you, and that's absolutely amazing to hear that. Can't believe it.
Now this album has got a couple of surprise bonus tracks as well, hasn't it?
Yes, it does. We wrote these two songs.
No, I just said to him, he hasn't showed me the album yet. He only feeds me dribs and drabs. But anyway, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're all right. So we wrote these two songs a few years ago, and because of COVID that we actually added the digital deluxe version. We wanted to do something different, and we recorded two tracks with JC from Blackwood Productions, and these were the two that made the cut. These were the two that actually meant a lot to us. A bit more serious song, Heart to Heart, we actually sang at our own wedding, and Behind Closed Doors is a song that is quite general to a lot of people as well. It's it happens a lot, and we're very, very proud of how we've overcome this situation, this pandemic, and now our album is coming out.
Yes, once again, congratulations. We're talking to Amelia from NeillyRich, and they're on the road as we speak, heading to Canberra for their album launch. How do people find out more information about NeillyRich or follow your music?
You can head to NeillyRich on Facebook. That's NeillyRich. And you can also go to our brand new website, which is neillyrich.com.
Do you have a fan page?
We do, actually. Thank you very much. It's actually called The Bar. So you can head to the bar and have a drink with us.
Head to the bar. I reckon Dingo's the first one there.
Come on. Matt and I have shared a beer in the past. I can't say we haven't.
I think I think I've had a drink with Matt as well.
Anyway, we'll put up some links for our audience to click through to NeillyRich. We've been talking to Amelia about NeillyRich with their latest single, Love Bender, from the title track of their album of the same name.
The title track, I'm educating you. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, head over to your music delivery service and give it and the album and NeillyRich's back catalogue some love and attention. You won't be disappointed. There are some great songs available. Visit their social media and like them, buy some of their music, or sign up to become a fan at the bar so you can keep up to date. If you're in Australia, then the major music stores will have it in stock or can order it in if it's already sold out. I went into my local store yesterday and they still had a couple of copies, so fingers crossed.
Nice.
You may be lucky if you hear this. You may be lucky enough to whip in and get one. But anyway, they can order it in. Amelia, thanks for chatting with Australian Radio Indie. Jonesy and I are looking forward to more great music from NeillyRich. Good luck. Bye for now. Stay safe and well. And peace and love to Matt and yourself and your families and all you love. I'll get you to introduce NeillyRich's latest single, Love Bender.
Yes, thank you very much for having us. I've had a great time talking to you guys. We can't wait to catch up with you again. This is our brand new title track album song called Love Bender.
Your kiss is like a sip of rum. I can never stop at one. I drink you down till the bottle's gone. We're looking for another one. I've been drunk since I can't remember. My mind's spinning like a cocktail blender. It's my shout, I'm a big spender. Since I met you, I've been on a love bender.
Love is like a glass of red. More than one goes to my head. You make me smile, yeah, you make me laugh. One more sip and I'm on my ass.
I've been drunk since I can't remember. My mind's spinning like a cocktail blender. It's my shout, I'm a big spender. Since I met you, I've been on a love bender. Touch is just like tequila. Sneak on up, girl, I feel ya.
Your words are smooth, just like good whiskey. 3 or 4, and boy, it hits me.
I've been drunk since I can't remember. My mind's spinning like a cocktail blender. It's my shout, I'm a big spender. Since I met you, I've been on a love. I've been drunk since I can't remember. My mind's spinning like a cocktail blender. It's my shout, I'm a big spender. Since I met you, I've been on a love bender. Love bender.
Love bender.
Jonesy, Love Bender, title track.
Yes, the title track to their new album.
Love Bender.
I tell you
And a big thanks to Amelia for that incredible amount of time as they drove down.
she was a captive audience.
Well, they were driving down the
Matt,
highway
you know
to
what?
Canberra.
You know what the good thing about that interview is? We can interview them again, and we can talk to Matt.
We can.
That'd
can.
be.
You think they'll tell? You think they'll have the same take on
don't
the
know.
stories, or
Well-
blokes remember things a different way? That'd be an interesting thing.
Yeah, we will. We'll definitely. We'll tee
But
that
it'd be
up.
interesting to talk to Matt, because I know Matt. I asked that question about Jeremy Barnes and
The guitar playing
and
genius from.
Yeah, I was
Lambton.
speaking of videos, that full length video of Jeremy Barnes and Pete Drummond is out there.
It is, but it's fantastic skill and talent, but there's just too many notes.
too much music, Jonesy.
No, but when you hear it time and time again, when you see it the first time, you go, wow. Mm-hmm. But you try listening to an album of that.
It will be interesting to see what they do with the album. I mean, the thing that I was watching it last night was because they also have the camera on Pete's feet.
Yeah.
see?
Oh, yeah, mate. He's a legend.
Yeah.
I actually, I love watching him play with Dragon when he plays the drums on with the band Dragon, because he's got to slow. He's got to just play that like that 4-beat, and he's just got to add a little fill here and there. So every time I see Dragon, I always get my way to the front of stage, and I always get a spot where I know no one's going to block my view, and I just watch him because he's just great.
I think that was probably in that video. That was probably one of the biggest drum kits I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, he's a talent. He's from a talented family, and they've
His father, yep,
yeah,
Pat Drummond. I can remember going to see Pat Drummond when I was 18 at the Rest Hotel over in Sydney.
Pat Drummond, when you were 18, so that would have been about 2000. No, that would have been 1908. Just before World War One.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jonesy. Thanks for that, Jonesy. Anyway,
he's just a young pup.
He's just a young
The
pup.
dingo is.
And what's happening with my heads? Anyway, doesn't matter. So you've got a fancy shirt on today.
Oh, you certainly have. This one, usually I do the buttons up, but because they sent me the wrong size.
I'd say so. It says Arizona.
No.
Oh, it doesn't say Arizona.
It says
Australian Radio, ARI Radio.
ARI Radio. And hang on, wait till I get up and turn around. Da-dun-da-da. Don't look at the boat. Edited this one nicely. Do you like that?
Jonesy, number one.
Number one. The lovely...
That's that number one, not the other.
The lovely producer, Mrs. Jones, found a lovely site on on the web somewhere, and she ordered 2 shirts. One was this one, and one was a gridiron one. Mm-hmm. And they're both the same size, and the baseball one sort of fits me. It's going to go good in about January. I'll give me a couple of months and I'll trim a few kilos down. But the football one, it is massive.
Yeah.
I don't know why are they so big? Is it because they are football ones and they want you to wear...
I think because they then have all that padding underneath them, not like our football players who
It is like a tent, meaning you could camp under that tent and stay dry. It is massive.
Well, with my shirt, I like to link it in to the artist or a song. And
yes.
We've had NeillyRich on, and one of their older songs has a summer theme to it. And I thought rather than play that, because quite often we play a Video Vault song, but today we went with an older single from their new album.
It's good to feature an artist, just to have the artist.
Yeah. So I thought we might end the show with their great song "Sunshine Good Times," which was the first single from their previous album, Here Now and Forever.
So we're not going to play My Town.
Well,
we have already, I suppose. We have. We've played it twice already.
Yeah, we played it, and I thought it's already on your top 10.
Oh, it gets played on the radio station.
Yeah, you can play it on the radio station. I mean, we can
I'll put it in the radio show.
Yep.
But we'll if you want to check it out, you got to go on YouTube.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talked briefly about My Town, and I could go, Jonesy, that's up to you. If you want to play My Town, you can play My Town.
Thank you.
One-stop light that keeps on flashing. Dust ups were cheering under Friday night lights. Can't help thinking about the way we had it. Man, we had it all right. Whiskey straight up, straight out the bottle. The crickets play the soundtrack, the bonfires rising up to the sky while the moonlight's shining down on us. Let's light it up, raise your cup, shake the ground. It's how we do it. Small town love, can't get enough. No one's gonna take away my town. Black ties swinging out into the river. Bikini top girls with beers in their hands. Boys out fishing with some good corn liquor. Man, we do what we can. Let's light it up, raise your cup, shake the ground. It's how we do it, my town. Need more of, can't get enough. No one's gonna take away my town. Let's light it up, raise a cup, shake the ground. It's how we do in my town. Need more of small town love, can't get enough. No one's gonna take away my town. Let's light it up, raise a cup, shake the ground. It's how we do. Let's light it up, raise a cup, shake the ground. It's how we do in my town. It's how we do in my town.
Anyway, yeah, but Sunshine Good Times, that was released in February 2017 and filmed in California. So by the time the podcast gets released, it will actually be summer in Australia. So I got out my barbecue beach shirt and put it on. So it's time, Jonesy, for you to fire up the barbecue, or by its official name, the Matador Conquest 4.
Yeah, it's over there. It's over there. We've repositioned it.
Ah, you put the cover on it?
Yes.
Have you
because-
posted a photo of the barbecue in action yet?
No, I'll have to do that
You
before
have to do that
production goes.
Anyway, thanks for sharing a part of your week with us.
What's the this?
Wait there, I'll stand up.
I can't get the palm trees. I can get the lovely colours. Let's have a look at the back. Oh, that's sensational. What's to go with the? What do we call that hat?
It's a Panama hat.
I was going to say it looks like you should be from the Caribbean, man.
Well, and that's the other link, because where were a NeillyRich cruising?
Yeah, all through the West
Caribbean.
Indies, yeah.
West Indies, Caribbean, man.
The Caribbean, man, and they like cricket.
Yeah,
They
do.
don't like
Anyway,
cricket, man.
so there,
no.
so there were the hat. There were the links for the hat and the shirt.
You didn't know that one about the hat until I brought it to your attention, did you? Or
I did.
Were you prepared for it?
I was prepared for a
see,
genuine
now-
Panama hat.
Now I can't even get a
You jump on me.
yeah,
Well,
swing on
mind
him.
you, Panama is down a little bit, and I'm not sure, with their cruise itinerary where they exactly went to.
He knows my form, unfortunately.
Anyway, thanks for sharing a part of your week with us. Trust you enjoy the music. Check out NeillyRich online and give their new album, Love Bender, some real love. We've had Hey You, we've had Firewood, we've had Stop Loving You. Jonesy may sneak on My Town and
You're definitely going to see some of that.
Love Bender. And so follow them on social media, stream them, let them know you heard them on Australian Radio Indie. I figure we may pick up some of their listening audience from overseas, so that'll be great.
I know the boys at North Carolina are itching to see the album or hear the album.
Ah, well, I'll have to.
They want to do a showcase.
Showcase them.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, there would be many people in the US who simply go, NeillyRich, I knew them before the North Carolina radio people started playing them.
Well, it's great to know that when they, as Amelia said, as they toured, they made contacts and friends on the cruise ships, and there's nothing like when you're a music lover and you hear something you love, that just sticks with you. It's like when we're in Memphis, we've seen so many bands and met so many people, and I got friends now in Italy that play some great tunes, the Boogie Bombers, good, like a hard blues, grungy sort of a band. I would have never heard of them, but I'm on a trip and there's some bands playing. Yeah, we'll go check them out. And you go, wow, I like these guys. And Bingo Bongo, now they've got fans in Australia.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
So we'll be back next week with a fresh playlist. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a comment. Support Australian Radio Indie TV. Support Tony and Tim at WHER. Now here's everyone's homework for next week. I'm giving homework out.
Oh God, what's? Okay, Mr. Dingo, what have I got to do?
Okay, you've got to listen or stream some music. If it's safe where you live, go out and see some live music. And while you're there, buy some music or some merch. And if you can't do any of those because of COVID lockdowns, consider donating to Support Act or the virtual tip jar of your favourite artists. Finally, Jonesy, I'm putting it out there. Haven't discussed this with you, so I may get into trouble in the after production meeting.
Wait, I got the fist ready.
Okay. Finally, in preparation for an upcoming Christmas show, if you're an independent artist with a cracking Christmas song, drop us a line.
You know who said that as well this week?
Who's that? Who said that?
It's Tim Flanagan from WHER.
Yep.
He said exactly that. Did you see that post?
No, I just made that up myself last night when I was typing up my notes.
Well, there you go. He's put it out there. He wants
great minds think alike.
Yeah. Well, we are very similar, the stations. They are a station that likes country rock and country. Mm-hmm. So they're not into the popish sort of sound. So they've got their listener base, which is fantastic. And we here play most genres of music, but definitely every time someone like NeillyRich, he's heard My Town, and he's going, holy moly, you've got to give me their catalogue. These guys are great. And I said, this is off the new albums coming out very shortly. And then he wants to put them on their webpage, do a feature with a film clip.
Do a feature on them.
Yeah, and do some radio shows with them.
Well, first thing, as I said, what was it?
We can sort that out.
Go check out NeillyRich's
webpage.
Webpage and YouTube channel, and they'll be there.
NeillyRich.com.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we said that about... So, seriously, if you're an independent artist with a cracking Christmas song... Yep. Send it in. Yeah. And
at the webpage.
First in, best dressed. I know I've got a couple.
When do you want to do this show? It's going to be December shortly.
It's December shortly.
All right. Well,
so we'll
if not next week, it's the week after.
Well,
maybe
before Christmas. I think.
Before Christmas. All right. Well,
what about we just simply say before Christmas?
Before Christmas, we'll do a Christmas show.
But get your music into us soon.
Yes, I know a couple. That's I'm sure you got a couple up here. But we need a few.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be great to find. And if you know of a Christmas song, send us a message and say, hey, have you heard these guys? And maybe we haven't. Yeah. So we might discover new music.
That's right. Until next time, be kind to each other. Stay safe. Have a wonderful week. Listen to some new music. See you again soon. Jonesy.
Peace and love, my friend.
Peace and love to you.
Oh, that's very generous of you,
and your family.
Oh, that's very lovely. So very cordial. Are we going out with a song, or are we not?
We are. Jonesy, bye for now.
Bye for now.
Jonesy, sunshine, good times.
Sunshine. Oh.
Make it so.
Hey, look out there. There's blue sky, sunshine, and we're having good times.
That's right.
So make it so.
NeillyRich, sunshine, good time.
Wake up early, looking at a long day, nothing to do, no place to be.
Well, I grabbed my guitar and I grabbed me a shot glass and had a little fire from Tennessee. Yeah, give me that sunshine, give me them good times, hanging with old friends and letting it ride, living in the moment. Yeah, living that high life. And tomorrow I'ma do it all again just to make sure I do it right. Sunshine, good times. We can get out of town, be rolling with the top down, radio up and your shotgun next to me. We got the whole day to get a little getaway to anywhere we wanna be. It sounds like the perfect plan to me. Yeah, give me that sunshine, give me them good times, hanging with old friends and letting it ride, living in the moment. Yeah, living that high life. And Tomorrow I'ma do it all again just to make sure I do it right. Sunshine, good times. It's a cold Corona in my hand, tossed up deep down in the sand. I'm living, not just surviving, yes I am. So give me that sunshine, give me them good times, hanging with old friends and letting it ride. Yeah, give me that sunshine, give me them good times, hanging with old friends and letting it ride. Living in the moment, yeah, living that high life. And tomorrow I'ma do it all again just to make sure I do it right. And tomorrow I'ma do it all again just to make sure I do it right. Sunshine, good times. Well, sunshine, good times. Well, sunshine, good times.
Okay.
So the film.
So what's that? What, Jonesy? Ah, you want a howl? You know what? We should do.
Howl? I know
We
a
should do a, because it's summer,
Woof.
a Fraser Island, because they have dingoes on Fraser Island.
Yeah.
So I could be a Fraser Island dingo.
You're gonna shoot. You're gonna shoot.
They don't bark, remember? Why?
That's all, folks.
That's all.
That's all, folks. You're welcome.
That I'll say. That I'll say. What do I say, Carol?
And that's the end.
That's all what? What are folks? He's crazy.
That's all, folks. Oh, I'm sorry, after you. No, not at all, after you. I insist after you. Oh, no, after you. After you, 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 after you.
Is this the bathroom?
No! Go home!
On a final note, kids, don't forget to eat your broccoli. It's good for you.
That's all, folks. Oh, I shouldn't have those artichoke poppers. Hasta luego, amigos!
Well, that's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Can I interest you in a muffin? I ate half of it. It's not very good.
That's all, folks.
That's the end of the whoa.
Psst. Hey, you want to buy a watch? I still think Porky's a murderer.
Show's over, show's over, show's over.
Wake up your folks and tell them you're hungry. Go!
That's all, folks. Hey!
Piper, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. You're crazy. Sorry. I thought there was a spider on you.
That's all, folks.
What did you say?
Nothing.